G'day subscribers, g'day YouTube guests and viewers. Welcome to Peppy's channel. Have a look down into my new line of indoor microgreening. Anyway, today's video is about some markets I've been attending. I've been going for 6 weeks now, and it's some beginner market tips that I feel I want to share with beginners like myself to make that market stall experience a little more fun and maybe easier, smooth sailing. Anyway, let's get into that. But before I do, I want to say g'day to Will Rogers. Guys, if you enjoy a funny fish video, please go and have a look at his channel. Also to Hydroponic Gardening and More with Brent. Mate, thanks for subscribing and your contribution, and good luck with your microgreen experimenting. Love the recipes. And also last to Isabella and Jaden's Garden Adventures. That's just beautiful. Check them out. It's got Isabella out in the garden and learning how to garden as a youngin', and I truly enjoy it. Alright guys, let's get into it. Okay, so firstly, this apologies for the bit jittery video here, but I'm walking in real time past a plant stall there and some clothing stalls just to show you a quarter of the size of this market. I had to walk to the stallholder's car park to get something out of the car, so I thought I'd show you exactly what sort of setup it is. It's around a racetrack, so it goes in a circle, and then you sort of spot it in the middle as well for extra stalls. There's about 300 stalls. Look, it's not all plants together, all craft together, it's all mixed up. So, here's a plant stall. There's a playground for the kids just to relax. Now on the left here you got a guy giving a massage. Looks interesting. And then a chopping board shop, so woodwork, and next to them a plant stall. So it's never the same thing one after the other like a farmer's market can be. Yeah, so lots of interesting people. It's 9 o'clock in the morning, so you can imagine by lunchtime it was packed. And the market finished at 3 p.m. I was pretty much ready and sold by 1 o'clock, so I had to sit there for a couple of hours. That was okay. I just met people, chatted. Yeah, and it's a long day, but if you had a lot of stock, you'd have a great one. I didn't. I was unprepared, but it was my first time, and I really enjoyed it. It's on once a month, so I'll be there again. Okay. G'day, my friends. So, you want to start selling at the markets, you're ready to sell your product and get a good price for it, then hopefully here's 5 tips that I've learned over the last 6 weeks that may help you. Now, while I'm talking, please enjoy my new, dubbed the Microgreen Laboratory. I've moved inside, as you all know, if you saw that last vlog. But anyway, on with the video. Now, I've got a little list down here. I'm just going to go through it as briefly but as descriptively as I can. So, number 1, get there early. Yes, early. Earlier than they say, because if you're a casual, it's your first time. They call you a casual because you've never been before. Now, the rules in Australia, I don't know about other countries, are permanent stall holders have held a stall and turned up consistently for more than 3 times. Now, after my 3rd time, I can apply for permanency and then bid on a spot that is going to be definitely mine each month. But being a casual, you've got to turn up early, you have to get in a queue, and you have to sign a register. You have to show your insurance, your registration to sell in that shire, your business name in Australia, that's an ABN, etc. And yeah, getting there early helps you get ahead in the queue, because after that you all walk around as a group and you sort of vocally bid on what spot you want. And I wanted something with shade. There was limited spots, so yeah, being there early really helped. Now, number 2, once you got your spot, set up quickly. Get all your main infrastructure up, and then bring your plants out, and then after that, potter around and refine your stall. Because, biggest reason, yesterday the market started at 8:45. Huge market, but people were there at 8 o'clock. They wanted in and out, and you can't really say, no, you can't buy anything for another 45 minutes. So, at least if you're sort of pottering around refining your stall after you've got your signs up, your main infrastructure, that way they know what you are, And it looks kind of casual. You're in a casual state anyway, so people are going to naturally come up. You're not standing there going, oh, quick, quick, come buy off me. Anyway, I'm talking quickly because I don't want to drag this video on. The third thing, know your product well. 90% of the time, I'm getting people that still don't know what a microgreen is, apart from my regulars now. Now, you've got people that call it sprouts, and you've got all this stuff, and then you've got to have a spiel to sell it. So they don't know what it is. They don't want to believe that they're stupid, so you've got to make them feel okay. So I go through the following. I start off, I choose what microgreen they're interested in. So if it's a radish, so I'll say this is a radish. It's this age. We eat it at this age for this reason. These are the health benefits of eating microgreens. I go through some ideas how to use it in cooking, and finally I tell them, give it a try. That's the only way you're going to know. Whether it's I cut some off for them, let them taste it, guaranteed they'll buy after that. But another push is just tell them, give it a go. If you don't like it, but I'm putting money on it, you will. Anyway, next one, number 4. Be helpful with advice, but careful of people that want to know lots of stuff off you, but they end up clogging your stall with just time wasting, really. Another good 50% of the time, I've got people coming up so interested in the store because they look so beautiful, and they just want to know how I've grown them and all this stuff, and they're talking away. And behind them is 4 customers that actually want to buy off you, but they're waiting for this person to finish. So you've got to be careful about how you deal with them. Luckily, I've got my son there or my wife. I can sort of palm them onto her and she'll close it and I can move on. So just be wary of them. And yeah, okay, number 5. Number 5. I've actually got 6 tips for you today. Organized abundance, I call it. It's a big thing for me because my first markets, I had so much stock and I laid it all out on the table. It looked like a lawn with patchy colors in it. It was beautiful, but it just was overwhelming. So I've changed my table setup. I've got it. I'm going to cut to a clip now, and you can have a look at that, and it explains it there. This is footage from yesterday's market. Have a look at how I set that up and see what you think. Okay, here's a look at my market stall table. I've mixed up my punnets and pots all together. I've displayed 4 packs. I have them up on stands so they stand out. I give each microgreen its own space just to accentuate it more. It works a lot than having them all bunched up together. And I have things higher than others up on blocks there. I'm just zooming in on some red Russian kale to show you that it's grown that way. I deliver it that way, and we finally close it up for the customer after it's sold. So there's a look at my fresh sheet. I keep that available for ordering if anyone's interested. Here's another angle of the table. Things up on stands, examples of the 4-pack I sell a lot of. Just a mixture. Yeah, I just can't keep them all together. There's so many beautiful colours to mix up, so it's more interesting to look at. There's some red cabbage coming up, some red Rambo radish, punnets and pots all mixed together. Here I'm just zooming in on a cilantro coriander label. That's got the use by date on it, and you know, just instructions on how to look after it. Yeah, there you go. Okay, one of my last tips is smile. Smile. Just be happy. Hey, don't sit there expecting people to come up or looking disappointed if they walk past, because they're nervous sometimes, you know, especially if there's no one else at your stall. People are sheep. I've got to admit, when I've got 1 or 2 people looking at microgreens or they hear me talking, boom, I look up and there's 5 or 6 around my table. So I'm you know, I try not to get too attached to waiting or expecting, so I just smile. I just do it that way. So give it a go. Don't be disappointed if no one's at your stall, because 10 minutes later, who knows, they're all there. So, and the last thing is with your pricing. This is why I enjoy the markets. Keep it cheap. make out they're getting a deal, but try and round it up to what you want and find profitable for this adventure. You know what I'm saying? Don't rip yourself off, because people think they're coming to the markets for a bargain, but you want to be able to be consistent with your pricing if they see you somewhere else selling, say, in a store. So you want to make out they're getting a deal. I literally cut about 20% off the price I'm going to be seeing in stores. So, you know, but keeping them coming back at markets, there's still a greater profit margin for me by excluding the middleman. So if that makes sense, that's a big one. Now, guys, that's the video. I hope there was some helpful tips in there. In 6 weeks, I've learnt a lot, and I'm loving sharing this with you, because I wish you all the best, and hopefully you get out there and sell. Alright guys, as always, Peppy loves to get healthy, get tasty, and see you on the next video. Cheers.